Breaking! Celtics versus Knicks. Trade heating up? Update now. Are we about to see a real shift of forces in the NBA East right before our eyes? Or is this just another desperate move by a franchise that feels the weight of its own expectations? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. The conversation needs to happen now, not later, now. Because the market isn't just spinning, it's heating up a lot. If you really follow the NBA, you've already noticed the different atmosphere in the air. We are just a few days away from the February 5th trade deadline, and when that period arrives, there is no silence. What exists are ringing phones, buzzing behind the scenes, and rumors that, when they start to take shape, rarely come out of nowhere. And this time, the noise comes from New York. More specifically, of a possible movement that could resonate strongly even here in Boston. The name that emerged is not just any name. We are not talking about a rotation player nor a bet on the future. We're talking about Jrue Holiday, two-time NBA champion, one of the most respected defenders of the last decade, a player who, wherever he went, helped change the team's competitive level. This is not a detail, this is context, and context matters a lot when talking about the Celtics. When these types of rumors start circulating so close to the deadline, it's no coincidence. It is a sign of urgency. The teams already know exactly who they are, what they can deliver, and, most importantly, what they can no longer hide. And what seems to be clear is that the Knicks entered the season with title talk, but reality knocked on the door hard. Oscillations, injuries, inexplicable defeats, and a constant feeling that something doesn't fit as it should. The pressure in New York is different. It always was. The fans demand it, the media amplifies it, and each mistake becomes a headline. And when a team with ambition begins to realize that the current path does not lead to the top, the reaction is usually aggressive. That's where the idea of looking for someone like Holiday comes up, not just for talent, but for symbolism. He represents stability, maturity, and a winning mentality that few players can bring to a locker room. Now, it's impossible to look at this scenario without immediately thinking about the impact it would have on the Boston Celtics, because we are not talking about an isolated movement. We are talking about a clear attempt to close the gap to the team that currently sets the pace in the East. The Celtics became the benchmark. It became the target. And when rivals start to aim high, it's because they recognize who's at the top. But let's go deeper into this calmly. Because the surface is deceiving. The Knicks' possible move on Jrue Holiday isn't just about the present. There is a strategic layer behind all of this, a layer that involves future, narrative, and positioning within the league. And yes, this also concerns Boston. There is a clear reading that New York wants to position itself as a reliable destination for stars. Not only compete now, but create an environment that, in the future, will be seen as attractive by players at the highest level. And when you look at the rumors surrounding the future of certain superstars in the league, it becomes clear that putting together a squad with a winning identity weighs heavily on these decisions. In the short term, the impact would be immediate on the court. A backcourt with Jrue Holiday changes everything defensively. He is the type of player who allows you to hide weaknesses, adjust matchups, and transform an ordinary defense into a suffocating defense in the playoffs. And it is precisely in the postseason that the flaws are exposed. The Celtics know this better than anyone. Boston has built its recent dominance on versatility, reading the game, and collective defense. When a rival tries to copy or neutralize this model, it is a sign of respect, but it is also a sign of risk. Because betting big never comes without cost. And the cost here is gigantic, financially and structurally. Holiday is not cheap. His contract is heavy, long, and requires profound sacrifices in the squad. For the Knicks, that would mean giving up depth, flexibility, and possibly key young pieces. It's that old dilemma of the modern NBA. Bet everything on a short window or preserve the future. Under the new reality of the salary cap, getting this type of bet wrong can be devastating. We're not talking about losing a season. We are talking about committing 5 years. And the league's recent history is full of examples of franchises that bet too big and were stuck with expensive aging rosters with no room for maneuver. And then, I ask you, is it worth it? From the Knicks' perspective, perhaps. From the Celtics' perspective, this is a wake-up call. Not a reason to panic, but a clear reminder that no one is standing still. Everyone is trying to catch up to Boston, and this, in itself, reinforces the work that is being done here. If you are enjoying this kind of deeper analysis, take advantage now and sign up for the Celtics Talk Show. We are in an important race to reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers, and this makes a huge difference to the growth of the channel. Each subscription helps us continue to bring you consistent content, real analysis, and complete coverage of the Boston Celtics. If you always follow along, this is the time to support. Returning to the scenario, what draws the most attention is the level of risk involved. Jrue Holiday has experience, intelligence, and impact, but it also has age and wear. The NBA is unforgiving. A small physical decline changes everything, especially for a player who has built his career on defensive intensity. It's not a safe bet. It's a bold bet, and that's exactly why this story is so gripping. Because it's not black and white. There is no obvious answer. There is ambition versus caution. There is present versus future. There is the desire to take down the giant against the fear of falling trying. From Boston's side, the message is simple. Continue doing what has been done, but without accommodation. The Celtics changed the parameter, and when that happens, every move your rivals make becomes a direct reaction to your success. This is a sign of strength. Now, let me invite you back to the conversation because this is not a monologue. If you were the Knicks manager, would you make this move? Would you give up important pieces and take on a heavy contract for a 35-year-old player to try to compete with the Celtics now? Or do you think this is just smoke, a way to inflate expectations and put pressure on the market? I really want to read your opinion in the comments. This type of debate strengthens the channel and makes the content even better. And before continuing with the video, leave a like. This helps the algorithm to deliver this content to more Celtics fans. Also activate the bell because the trade deadline promises, and when something happens, you'll want to be in the know right away. The next few days are going to be intense. Rumors will emerge, some will die, others will explode. But one thing is certain, the Celtics are at the center of it all, whether as a protagonist or as a reference, and we'll follow every step of it together here on the Celtics Talk Show. Stay with me in the video, because this is far from over. And now pay attention, because the final stretch of this story could be exactly the moment that defines the entire season. The trade deadline is not forgiving. It separates those who only participate from those who really want to win. Big movements don't warn you, they just happen. And when they happen, you'll want to understand the real impact, not just the headline. If this rumor turns into an exchange, the balance in the East will change. If it doesn't turn around, the message has still been sent. Rivals are restless because the Celtics have become the standard. Everyone is scrambling to try and catch up to Boston, and that says a lot about where our team has arrived. The question now is not whether there will be a reaction, it is who will survive it. So, if you want to go beyond the surface, if you want to understand numbers, trends, tactical adjustments, and what really decides big games, I invite you to take the next step now. In the pinned comment is the Celtics Analytics playlist. There we break down the game, without guesswork, without unnecessary noise, going straight to what makes the Celtics win. As soon as this video ends, click there and continue with us. And once again, I need your strength. The goal of 1,000 subscribers is not just a number. It opens doors, strengthens the channel, and allows us to raise the level of content even further. If you've made it this far, if this video has added something to you, sign up now. It's fast for you and giant for us. Leave a like, activate the bell, and follow us on this journey. The NBA doesn't stop, the market is booming, and the Celtics remain in the center of the board. Stay tuned, because here, you won't miss anything. See you in the next video. And now, go to the pinned comment and dive into the Celtics analytics playlist.